Late at night, in cities across the United States, young men go missing after nights out with friends. Hours, sometimes days later, their bodies are found floating in rivers, lakes, or canals. Police call them accidents. Families call them murders. And near many of these death scenes, one strange detail keeps appearing again and again: a smiley face. The pattern began quietly in the late 1990s and early 2000s. College-aged men, healthy, athletic, intelligent, disappeared after nights of drinking near bars, clubs, or campuses. Their bodies were later recovered from nearby bodies of water. No witnesses, no suspects, no clear explanation. Authorities labeled most of the cases as accidental drownings, but families noticed something deeply wrong. In several of these cases, investigators and families discovered graffiti near the recovery sites. Simple, crude, easy to ignore. A smiley face spray-painted on walls, bridges, or nearby structures. At first, police dismissed it as meaningless street art, but as cases piled up, the symbol kept appearing, often close to where bodies were found. Coincidence? Or a calling card? The victims shared unsettling similarities. Most were white males, ages 18 to 30, college students or recent graduates, social drinkers, not reckless addicts, physically fit and mentally healthy. Many vanished within minutes of being separated from friends. In several cases, toxicology reports showed alcohol levels that didn't match how functional witnesses said they were earlier that night. Some families were told their sons simply fell into the water, but the injuries told a different story. 3 retired law enforcement professionals, 2 former New York City detectives, and a criminal justice professor began connecting the cases. They believed these deaths were not accidents. They suggested the presence of a network of killers, not a single individual. A group that abducted intoxicated men, moved them to water locations, possibly used drugs to incapacitate them, and returned later to mark the scene with graffiti. Their conclusion became known as the Smiley Face Killer Theory. Several autopsies revealed inconsistencies. Some bodies showed no water in the lungs, injuries inconsistent with accidental falls, signs of restraint or blunt force trauma. In some cases, bodies were found in areas that had already been searched, suggesting they were placed there later. Still, official rulings rarely changed. Law enforcement agencies strongly rejected the theory. They argued alcohol impairs judgment, waterways near nightlife areas are dangerous, smiley graffiti is common and meaningless. No arrests were ever made under the Smiley Face Killer Theory. To police, there was no serial killer. To families, there was no justice. Some victims were found miles from where they vanished. Others were discovered in areas nearly impossible to access alone. In a few cases, security footage mysteriously went missing. In others, phones and wallets vanished, then reappeared. Each case alone seemed explainable. Together, they formed something terrifying. Even today, similar drownings continue to occur across the United States. Most are ruled accidental. Few are re-examined. The smiley faces still appear, sometimes painted over, sometimes ignored. Whether the theory is true or not, one fact remains undeniable. Too many young men, too many drownings, too many unanswered questions. Is the smiley face killer a myth born from grief? Or is it one of the most successful invisible killing networks in modern history, hiding in plain sight? Until answers come, the water keeps its secrets.